Pull a credit card out of your wallet and look at it. There's no battery, no power button, no little light. It's been sitting in the dark, completely dead, maybe for years. And yet the instant you tap it on a payment terminal, it wakes up, runs a tiny computer, does real cryptography, and answers back, all in under a second. Nothing charged it, nothing plugged in. So where did the power come from? The terminal is quietly broadcasting an invisible field, and your card is stealing energy straight out of the air to boot itself up. And the thing it sends back is not your card number. It's something a thief can't use. Inside that card is a chip, the same little gold square you push into a reader when you dip it. But Tap to Pay never touches it. So how do they talk? Look closer. Running around the inside edge of the card, hidden in the plastic, is a thin loop of wire. Several turns of it, circling the whole card. That loop is an antenna, and it's the key to everything. Here's the setup. The card is passive. It has no power of its own, no way to make a signal, nothing. The payment terminal is the active one. It's plugged into the wall, and it's doing all the heavy lifting. The card just waits, dead, until it's brought close enough to borrow what it needs. This is what engineers call passive NFC, near-field communication. The reader powers the card, and the card wakes up only for the second or two it's in range. Then it goes right back to sleep. So how does a plugged-in terminal push power into a dead card with no contact? It broadcasts a magnetic field. The reader has its own coil, and it runs an alternating current through it, flipping back and forth about 13.5 million times a second. 13.56 megahertz, a frequency set aside worldwide for exactly this. That flipping current creates a rapidly changing magnetic field right at the surface of the terminal. Now bring your card's coil into that field. A changing magnetic field passing through a loop of wire pushes a current through that wire. That's not a trick. It's the same law that runs every power plant on Earth. The card's antenna harvests that current, feeds it to the chip, and the chip flickers to life. No battery needed. It's the exact same idea as a wireless phone charger or the transformer on a power pole, just shrunk down and running fast. The terminal is basically wireless charging your card for a fraction of a second, just long enough to have a conversation. Now both sides are awake, and they have a lot to sort out in almost no time. First, the reader checks whether more than one card is in the field. Your transit card, a second credit card, a hotel key. If it senses a crowd, it runs an anti-collision step, a quick roll call, so it locks onto exactly one card and ignores the rest. That's why tapping a fat wallet sometimes just fails instead of charging the wrong card. The reader refuses to guess. Then comes the clever part. The card has no transmitter. It can't broadcast anything. It has no power to. So how does it answer? It talks back by changing how much energy it pulls from the field. It subtly loads and unloads the reader's coil. On, off, and the reader feels those tiny tugs as ones and zeros. The card is essentially speaking by flickering the terminal's own power draw. The whole exchange, wake up, identify, authorize, is thousands of bits flying back and forth in well under a second. Here's the part that should actually change how you feel about tapping. When you swipe the old magnetic stripe, that stripe hands over your real card number and it never changes. Same digits, every swipe, forever. Copy that stripe once and you can clone the card. That's exactly how stripe fraud worked for decades. Tap is built completely differently. When your chip wakes up, it doesn't just read off static numbers. It runs a calculation and generates a one-time cryptogram, a signed code unique to that single transaction, stamped with a counter and the exact amount. The terminal passes it to your bank checks the math, and the payment goes through. Now here's the point. That cryptogram is useless the second it's used. If a thief somehow captured everything flying through the air, they'd have a code for a $2 coffee you already paid for. They can't replay it. They can't bump the amount. They can't reuse it tomorrow. The chip signs a fresh one every single time. That is why tapping is genuinely safer than swiping, not just more convenient. People assume the short range is a limitation, that the engineers just couldn't make it reach farther. It's the opposite. The range is short on purpose, and it's a security feature. Remember, this isn't a normal radio broadcast that radiates across a room. It's a near-field magnetic coupling, and the strength of that field collapses incredibly fast as you pull away. Not gradually, steeply. Double the distance and the field doesn't drop a little, it plummets. Within a few centimeters, there's essentially nothing left to power a card or carry a signal. That means a payment can only happen when you deliberately hold your card right up to the reader. Nobody can charge you from across the room because there's no field way over there to wake your card up in the first place. The tiny range is the whole point. Your phone taps the same way, same 13.56 MHz, same magnetic handshake, except the phone is powered so it can talk louder and do more. But the real upgrade is what's stored inside. When you add a card to a phone wallet, your actual card number never gets copied onto the phone. Instead, the card networks issue a stand-in, a device-specific token, a different string of digits that only works from that one phone. It's locked inside a hardened chip called the secure element, walled off from the rest of the phone, from apps, even from the operating system. When you pay, the phone makes you prove it's you first, Face ID, fingerprint, or a passcode. Then the secure element signs the same kind of one-time cryptogram a chip card does. So even if a merchant gets breached and their records leak, what leaks is a token tied to your phone, not your real card number. Your true number never left your bank. So is any of the scary stuff real? Let's be honest about each one. The digital pickpocket, someone brushing past with a hidden reader to skim your card in a crowd. Physically possible, practically almost pointless. They'd have to get a reader within a couple centimeters and hold steady. And all they'd walk away with is a one-time code they can't reuse, plus a number that on modern cards is increasingly protected too. Documented, real-world losses from walk-by skimming are vanishingly small. The blocking wallets sold to stop it are mostly selling you peace of mind, not protection. Getting charged twice by an accidental bump doesn't happen. No money moves until a cashier or machine rings up a specific amount, and the terminal starts a transaction for that sale. A stray tap with no sale waiting does nothing. There are real limits though. Many places cap how much you can tap without a PIN, so big purchases still ask you to verify. A phone with a fully dead battery usually can't tap at all, though some phones keep a tiny reserve alive for transit and cards for a few hours. And all of this leans on the payment network being up. The convenience is real, but so is the dependency. No signal at the terminal, no tap. So let's kill the two big myths. Myth 1. Tapping is risky because it's wireless and invisible. Tap replaced a magnetic stripe that coughed up the same copyable number every swipe. Every tap is a fresh one-time code that dies on use. Wireless didn't make it less safe, it made it more. Myth 2. Your card must be running on some battery or hidden power. It isn't. It's a chip and a coil of wire, dead until a terminal's magnetic field reaches out and powers it for a single second. It borrows the energy, does the math, hands back a code good for exactly one purchase, and goes dark. That's the whole thing. No battery, no wires, no signal of its own. Just a loop of wire that catches power out of the air and answers with a secret that's already worthless by the time anyone could steal it. Subscribe to Whambox for more How Does It Actually Work explainers.